Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, so today we're going to be deciding which one of these MREs we're going to have, and kind of odd that nobody's there. Somebody just popped in. Okay, good deal. So I've got a 2007 cheese omelet with vegetables. I actually just got this, and just kind of figured I'd get this one right here to try it out on a live stream because had a really cool dude send me one that is in really good shape. That's came from the exact same cases that Steve's 2008 omelet, which is the newer bag style like this, the first year, and the only year that the veggie omelet is in that bag style. What's up, James? What's up, Zeno Saga? Mama Llama Can. I like saying that. Hunter Powers, what's up, my friend? Hunter Powers MRE reviews. Devalinut. I guess I'm saying that right. Devalinut. Enrique, what's up? Hey, Sharon, hey, good to see you. James says he just had an '08 meatloaf. Nice. I wonder what year they quit making the meatloaf, because I know they made the meatloaf in 1999. So that means it almost had a 10-year run if it was consecutive from 19. Because I had, or have, I don't know if I think I have a 1999. I'm pretty sure I do. We got Kara Sheaver, and there's Rob Hoffman. Border of Chaos, what's up? God's Tool, what's happening, man? Yep, Sharon says she finally got to make it, so it's good to see you here. I had a few views on the Patreon post. I don't know what those things are called. Windows or something. I'm not sure what they are. A couple little things that I did last night before I filmed a review. I'm pretty excited about that one. I feel like it went pretty well, so I'm looking forward to getting that video out. I think it's going to be a good video. Like, it's good, solid video. So, got 31 folks in here. Quick question while we're just getting started. Anybody have do you think Sunday would be better than Saturday? I feel like Saturday is probably the better day, but then again, Sunday everybody's kind of settled in the evenings, kind of, got to go to work the next day. So, hey, fireman food. But I was kind of wondering if it would be a better day than Saturday. I don't know. I mean, last Sunday went really well. I was definitely happy with the turnout. One of the biggest turnouts we've had in probably, I don't know, a long time, since the very beginning. So, looks like Marilyn has made it. Marilyn had something pretty, I think it was today that she had something pretty cool. She sent me a picture of it. It's pretty awesome. Corey, what's up, man? Saturday works for me because I'm off. Sunday starts work. Oh, okay. Sunday starts your work schedule then. Ah, you work nights. I just feel like Saturday's an easy day because not everyone. I mean, the way things are nowadays, it's not like everybody works a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. It's just not like that. That's not realistic. But a lot of people do have weekends off still. I mean, that's, like I said, that's not across the board. Probably 50% of people, if that, have somewhat what we would call normal work schedule. I don't think I've ever had a normal work schedule. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. Worked 7/12s before. It's what I did do. And before that, when I worked like on a line boat on the river, I would work 21 days on and 21 days. I'd work 12 hours a day, 21 days straight. You'd work 6 hours on, 6 hours off, 6 hours on, 6 hours off. And you had 6 hours to do whatever you had to do, eat, sleep, do your laundry, all that kind of stuff on the boat. So, kind of a weird schedule, I'll tell you. You were lucky to get 3 to 4 hours of sleep at most at one time. So you never ever hardly got 6 to 8 hours in a day of sleep unless you were just completely exhausted, and it's hard to wind down after long shifts like that. So, well, not long shifts, but 6 hours and then you got the 6 hours off. It's just an odd way to work, in my opinion. I feel like that's an outdated thing that might have worked 50, 60 years ago. I feel like it's something they should update now. I feel like guys would much rather do 12 hours straight and have 12 hours off to get things done and whatnot. But I know the reason why they don't do that too. So Border of Chaos said I've been watching U.S. MRE menu from Case A and B reviews to check the contents and flavors before I bought 6 menus from eBay last night. I say today as usual. Yeah, I know. I got you. Yeah. Insomnia crew, huh? Cheese makes me violent. That's funny. Okay. Violently ill, I'll bet you were probably going for. There's an emoji on there. Okay. So, this is a 07. No, I'm wrong. Thought it was an 07. I am way off. It's an 05. The very end of 2005. This would have been in December, right? Let's see. It's 339th day is what it appears to be. It's kind of hard to read, but I'm pretty sure that's a 3 and another 3 and then a 9. So, yeah, it'd have been, what, 27 days till the end of the year. So, yeah, it'd have been like the very beginning of December of 2005. Now, I have no idea what this is. I'm in the same boat, no pun intended. I've been working on a pipeline 10 hours a day, and for like 9 days. This is bad to describe, but well, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. I need to get some more videos up, man, and have a little bit more of a library up there for folks that want to be able to just kick back and watch some stuff. I know the live streams aren't for everyone, especially rewatching the live streams. I'm going to maybe try to attempt to keep this one a little bit shorter for folks that want to rewatch. I don't know. Just kind of depends on how it goes. You know how that is. Yeah. And one thing I did forget to do before I got started, I'm just going to go get a bottle of water real quick, or actually refill this bottle. Maybe I'll get some help here. Can you fill this bottle with water? Alright, this will work. Now, I got a brand new bottle, so that'll work. Now I'm going to need some cold water and some hot water. And if I go with this 05, I have no idea the condition of this MRE. And just about, you know, this is the revered worst ration ever made. Only the main, though, because I want to tell you right now, the sides that I've seen that come in these, if anything else, I would take this MRE in a day and just toss the main if I really didn't like it that much, because all the sides in here, hopefully it has the good sides in it, because I do know that they did swap around some things probably right around this era right here. So it was like 05 or 06 whenever they started putting all the good stuff in, like the blueberry granola that should have, I think, apple butter, maybe. There was something else, too. I don't know, but they swapped some things out, so I don't know which one. This one, I've just really been wanting to try it for a long time. I had it up with the burger last time, but I figured I'd kind of follow up the, what was it we called, the vomolet burger, or something like that. The veggie burger that I had last week, which actually was pretty daggone good, considering that it was fake meat. It tasted pretty daggone good. Hey, Outdoor Tacticals here. I see Fred Thorne, and then I see some Russian text after that I cannot read. Wish I could read Russian and speak Russian. That would be awesome. Looks like Art and Nina have made it. There's Kaylin. I just seen your email in my notifications today. I got to reply to that. I will get to that. Just going back through the comments real quick. Alright, so we got 55 folks in here. We got 16 thumbs up, which is fine with me. If you don't like it, hit that thumbs down. I mean, YouTube don't care whether it's up or down, so I always suggest put your feelings in thumbs up. If you don't like what's going on any video, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a live stream or not, on any video, Not only just mine, but anyone's. Let them know how they're doing. You know, if you don't like what they're doing, hit the thumbs down. That way maybe they can improve. And same with me. I mean, if you don't like what I'm doing, hit that thumbs down. That way I get a better reading on if I'm doing something right, or if I could definitely, there's always room for improvement. So, yeah, this thing right here, there's such a difference. And it's probably almost even visible. And you can see the thickness difference between this old bag. Whoops. Let's see if I can get that up there like this. You guys can see that's a pretty substantial difference in thick and quality of plastic, I've got to say. I mean, they're both a quality plastic, don't get me wrong, because they don't use cheap stuff to put these things together. I used to have a cost list for how much it actually cost them. What is she doing? Oh my God. Where's it going?
It's Saturday night.
Well, okay, you guys are going to have to listen to my dog for a minute. Sorry about that. But anyways, what I was saying on the quality of plastics here, they don't use cheap stuff. I want to say they spend about $9, $8 or $9 per MRE to put these things together. Maybe even more than that. And that's on a super huge bulk production. So, I mean, they're spending insane amounts of money. Hey, will you shut that door? My bird's not going to be quiet either, guys, so I'm going to shut the door on him. Actually, I'll do that real quick right now. You guys just bear with me for a second. Okay. I'm back. But yeah, they spend, I want to say it's like $106, $107 per case on the MREs. And then they had like, the first strike rations was like $140 they spend. And that's their production cost. That's how much it costs them to actually put together each item, to produce each item, package it. Packaging is where a lot of the money comes in. That's what got me started on this. The cost in packaging, just for the bags, is pretty extremely expensive whenever you think about it. And you see a lot of countries like, okay, let's just use the Dutch. The Dutch, they just put their stuff in a baggie. Like literally a baggie, a Ziploc baggie. And then you have, like Australia, they have a printed bag, but it's still, I mean, it's got to be on the, probably the lowest end of the low on the cost of a printed bag. So I feel like we're probably one of the, I would say maybe even the most expensive packaging as far as any other country goes. I can't think of anybody else that would beat us out on their packaging, especially once you get inside, because that's when you get into the real food technology packaging in there, and you got your retort pouches, and then your other long-term storage packaging in there. And it's kind of neat when you think about it, all the science and hard work that's went into making these things and making them last as long as they do. So, I mean, that's one of the things that excites me about it. That, and the fact that you can kind of go back in time a little bit and have something from, who knows, 15, 20 years ago. So, maybe even 30 years ago if you're brave. I mean, it just depends on who you are and how far you're willing to go with it, I guess. Looks like Nathan's MRE made it. Anybody else I need to say? Pitty's mom. And there, I said hello to Marilyn. Tracy Phillips. How you doing, dude? Corey Stevens. Anybody else have I missed? Hey, BTemple, what's up, my dude? So, New Zealand doesn't even bother with a Ziploc bag. Just fold over a clear bag. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. They don't have a printed bag like Australia does. I kind of figured, because they're so similar, and a lot of the products in the the Australian rations come from New Zealand, that their bags would, you know, they get them from the same company and make them the same, but they don't. Yeah, they're just clear bags with no Ziploc, no nothing. They just fold them over. Which, I mean, they expect them to be used definitely within 3 years. I mean, probably 2 years. I'm not sure what the shelf life is on those, but they expect those things to be used and not set around like they do. So what we're going to do here, let me well, shoot, bear with me for a second here while I knock a bunch of stuff over. Need to get a canteen out. Yep, sure do. Because alright, plan on boiling some. Oh boy, yeah, I knocked all my cans over here, all my B units. Well, not all of them, but the ones that I have sitting here. What is the deal here? Okay, good enough. Alright, now, just wanted to put to use this this stove that Shocker sent me. Use it in this video. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to have to let this dog in, I guess. Now, before I get started, I guess we need to pick out which one of these I'm going to be eating today. I almost reviewed it instead of the Slovenian. I don't know what you were referring to. I wanted to get an Australian Seawer. Yeah. Good luck, Hunter. You know, I haven't seen any CR1Ms listed in a while. I don't know if foreignmre.com has any or not. With the boxed UN ration, mine was absolutely horrible. I have a feeling that Nathan's is going to be rough too. I thought those were both the same thing whenever I saw it on Nathan's table today or yesterday whenever I saw that video. I just saw it briefly. And I think you said something about going for it. But regardless, what I can do right now is we can get the stove out, fold it out, get it going. Love this stove. It's awesome. It really is. Your power ever goes out or anything like that, I mean, you're set. You are set. All right, fold that out. There we go. Now, screw it onto my fuel real quick. Love this thing. Really do. It's really cool. We'll get some water going back here while we're getting started. We'll probably even close that thing up, son, which you guys can't even see it, so. Got to figure out which MRE we're going to go with, so I'll ask you guys to let me know here in just a second after I can look at the screen and I'm not setting something up here. There we go. Almost. There we go. Yep, I'm going to have to close that thing up some. Probably all the way, actually. Like that. Put some water in there. on saying hello to Renee. So Renee's made it. My dog's going to freak out while my old lady's leaving, so I'm just going to have to deal with that. Now, this water's already hot, but it is not boiling currently, so... And we might, depending on which one we do, we might use that to heat up our main. I am not afraid to throw a retort pouch in there and use the water. I know a lot of people frown upon that, but you know what? I don't see any problem with it, honestly. I don't see anything coming off those retort pouches unless you boil the crap out of them for 20 minutes. Then I could see the stuff starting to degrade and maybe integrate into your water. Okay, so, oh yeah, I gotta light the stove. Duh. That might make some sense, huh? Let's see if these matches work. Turn the fuel on. Yeah, buddy. That lit nice and easily. And really, you don't have to crank that flame up. I mean, I could take you guys in for a close-up on that. I could probably even turn that down some more. And you can turn it way up. There we go. Could even turn it down some more, probably. Just need to be careful and watch my... Make sure I don't hit that. Okay, so here's our options, guys. Cheese and veggie omelet, or cheese omelet with veggies, sorry. Not cheese and veggie. Cheese omelet with veggies, with vegetables. And we got the beef patty jalapeno pepper jack, which actually is beef. Looks like John's made it, Mr. Malton Magnum. Mickey Joe says, burger. Everybody's saying burger, beef patty. Renee calls it a penny stove. Shocker calls it a dime stove. Penny stove is the one that Sticky Fingers uses, that just screws right onto the top of the bottle. That's actually the stove connects to the top and it doesn't have a line. And this one's referred to as a dime stove because it's a little more expensive, I think, is why he went that route with it. He was kind enough to get this thing for me, though, man. It was really, really cool of him, and I want to integrate it into some more videos, not only live streams, but actually use it in videos. And they work really, really well. So it's a lot better than using fuel tabs, in my opinion, because the fuel tabs, they usually leave some pretty nasty residue on the bottoms of your canteen cups or your mess kit, whatever you're using. So Kaylin says she's got the penny stove, the pocket stove. Yeah, roger that. Now, it's considerably, it fits in a smaller package than this, and I do like it because it's only about that big around, roughly, folded up, and it's about that tall. And it's kind of nice. I mean, then it folds out, and it's about that big around, roughly. Not very big. This one folds out bigger. You can cook a little bit more stuff, like skillets fit on this a little bit better and stuff like that. Nathan, the beef patty is my most reviewed video. I have another beef patty. I showed him I don't know if I showed you guys last week or not, but anyways, I have another beef patty that I'm going to do an actual video on. The reason I'm going to do the video on that other one is, which I've never even had this menu, so this is me wanting to try it is why it's out here. But the reason I'm going to do the video on the other one is because it's a 2018 menu. It was produced in like the 180th day, roughly, of 2018. It's really fresh. And I wanted to see if there's any menu changes in there. If they changed any of the menu items or anything. So, I'm curious to find that out. But it looks like almost everyone has choose menu number 19, the beef patty. So, this one right here, produced by Ameriqual, and it does have a date stamp right here of 4314. So the very end of the year, well, towards the end of the year, what is it, like 52 days before the end of the year, and no, 51 days, 365, 51 days to the end of the year. And this came out of a case that I've had this case since 2015 or 16. And it's just been hanging around. I gave away a bunch of these, and I've given away 3 of this menu to folks. So peelable seal is going to work, and it worked very well. I like when the peelable seals work properly. It doesn't happen all the time. And there's our beef patty right on top. BTemple, I got a box of stuff from Delicious today. Oh, 2 today. Mark. Who's Mark? Oh, Mark Swisher. Hey, all. Bought a French RCR menu number 9 today from Delicious. 38 bucks shipped. Yeah, dude. Let me say this. And that reminds me. You guys go check Delicious's channel out. Link down in my description. I have dealt with Delicious probably 5 to 8 times. Love dealing with him. Hey, Blindside, man, for the cause. Thank you so much for that generous donation, my dude. Absolutely awesome, man. Really, really, really appreciate that, dude. Couldn't came at a better time, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. So, there's our beef patty right on top. How about, let's just fold this thing up like this. Like, as much as I can. I'm going to leave a corner out, actually, so I can pick it up. And I'm going to stick that right in there. And let that boil for a few. By the time I get done going through everything and get it all out, it should be time to eat almost. What do we have here? Ah, cherry and blueberry cobbler. Hunter Pout. Holy cow, Hunter, thank you so much for that generous donation, my friend. Wow, holy cow. And obviously, Hunter, he's got an MRE review channel to go check out. So, thanks again, man, for that. That's really appreciate the super kind and generous donations from you guys. It's too much, man. It really is. I get emotional a little bit sometimes whenever I do appreciate it, guys. Cherry and blueberry cobbler. Should I heat this up? My opinion on this, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Boom. I'm going to use it like a lid. That's what I'm going to do with that. Now, it might burn that, actually. What do you think? You think that'll, since it's not in water, you think it'd burn? I don't know. I think it's possible. We usually deal with Delicious through MRE info or email. Yeah, roger that. Yep. If you don't have an MREinfo.com account, got to get you one of them. And got to wait for K-Man to approve you and all that goodness. But and there's your nutritional facts on your jalapeno beef pepper jack flavored beef patty. Grilled jalapeno pepper jack flavored beef patty. Why do they have to... Oh, whoop. Whoop. Okay. Alright. Never mind on that. And I'm going to kill the flame on this. Whoop. Wrong way. And I just got water everywhere, as you can see. So, bear with me for a minute, and I'm going to try to find some... Actually, I ain't got to find some. Accessory packets coming open, so I can get some U.S. issue butt ration to clean up my table a little bit here. Alright. There's a silly mistake there. I don't know. Just kind of experimenting around there, trying to heat that up, using it like a lid also, and all that condensation was building up on there. There's no mistakes, just happy accidents. Right? No mistakes, happy accidents, that's all. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Back to the MRE. Sorry guys, I'm going to look away from the chat for a minute here. And we have standard cheese spread. Now, you would think This being a jalapeno pepper jack flavored beef patty, that they would put jalapeno cheese spread in here. It's like it makes too much sense, so they decided not to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, well, that just makes too much sense, guys. We can't put jalapeno cheese in there. That would just be too much common sense in one thing. Actually, I don't mind the butt rations. Ain't too bad, man. I've had worse. You know what I mean? It's actually not that bad, in my opinion. You know, just depend. You gotta use a little bit of it. Like one sheet, like there's nothing there, and it's just so fragile. But a couple sheets, it's not bad. It's not bad. So it looks like, let's go ahead and, there's your butt ration, or toilet paper, or paper towel. We have a beverage-based lemonade, some cinnamon chiclets gum. Man, I was wanting coffee. Daggone it. Iodized salt. Moist towelette. This is the second week in a row I didn't get no coffee. We have a chocolate chip cookie. A little water on it. 290th day, 2014. Here is our wheat snack bread twin pack. I don't know why they don't just put twin packs in everything. Even, like, this should be the only wheat snack bread that they make. This is my personal opinion. But it's the same thickness as one piece. Like how I filleted that one last week with that big old knife. Look at that big old package of Heinz ketchup. Man, that is a 5-inch long ketchup. That's kind of a cool package of ketchup. I've never seen one anywhere else look like this before. So we got some catsup and cocoa beverage powder. That ain't no coffee. That ain't coffee. I wanted coffee. I don't know if I have a coffee sitting around here or not. I'm trying to think if I know where there's one at that's easy to get to. There, oh yeah. We have Heinz mustard and Heinz ketchup. I don't think that's the kind of mustard we usually get. There's your cherry blueberry cobbler nutritional facts, and look at that freaking list of ingredients. What in the world, man? What are they thinking? Like, pecan, shortbread cookie, what? Wow, I guess I've never read this before. I've had this I don't know how many times, and I've never read the ingredients list. Cherries, water, blueberries, pecan, shortbread cookie. Anything else interesting in here? And you got the pecans again, leavening. Anything else? Some cinnamon, lemon juice, concentrate. Just the pecans listed numerous times in there. I don't think I've ever seen a pecan in the cherry and blueberry cobbler. I will be looking for pecans this time. Let me tell you. And then we got our flameless ration heater that obviously we don't need because I got that heating up right there already. So I'm getting a collection of these things going on from the live streams and from, well, I probably had 30 leftover flameless ration heaters from before. I mean, they're good to have. And I want to experiment with the US one. I don't want to do it on this one, obviously, because I already got everything that I need heated up. Next live stream, I want to take 2 flameless ration heaters and put them together like the Chinese ones are, and have a pad on each side and see if that makes a huge difference. Because I have a feeling that with both 2 flameless ration heaters going off at the same time, I'll bet you it'd be just about as good as the Chinese one. So we'll see, won't we? Let's see here. Get the old tray out. Need to get this off of here so I can break that stove down here in a minute. Yeah, it's cooled down enough. All right. Smell fuel. Smell fuel. Ooh, nope, nope. That's still really hot on the bottom. Yeah, buddy. All right. There we go. Cocoa beverage powder there. Chocolate chip cookie over there. Cheese spread. Wheat snack bread. Ketchup. Oh yeah, the cobbler that got everything else wet. There's your spoon. Alright, I think that's everything. Nope, here's the drink mix. There you go. Now, what did I do with it? There we go. I don't know if you guys have seen my favorite new coffee mug, but this is it right here. We're going to put that cocoa beverage powder in there. And I don't have to use that water that's in that mess cup. I think I got to make the cocoa beverage powder separate. So, how's everybody doing tonight, man? We got 84 folks in here right now. That's a pretty good number. Pretty good number. I appreciate everybody taking time out of their day today, too. Come and hang out with us. Really do appreciate you guys for doing that. Let's see what happens to our cup here. Love this cup. I do. Set it down there for a second. And instead of using the US spoon today, using this Canadian one. Got to get some use out of this thing. I don't even remember what those Canadian rations cost me, but well, components. I got some components from some IMPs from 2017, 18, something like that. I think they're all, I don't know, they were. Customs had their way with them, though, so, yeah. Good old Bob Ross, folks. Yeah. No mistakes, just happy accidents. I don't know what other sayings he had. That's just the one that sticks out to me. Whenever I was a kid, I grew up watching Bob Ross, guys. We had 4 and 5 channels. I mean, it just kind of depended. But one of them was always like news and stuff or something like that. So we had 4 or 5 channels, sometimes 6, depending on if it wasn't doubled up. One channel was always, not always, but a lot of times the same as the other. And I would watch Bob Ross after school. We would have him on, just, I guess the ASMR effect of it back then, which it didn't have a name back then, but it was just, Bob Ross was easy to watch, calming. Hey, K-List, thank you so much. Thanks for the card and the P38. No problem. I really I appreciate you being a patron. So I need to I still need some addresses from folks over there. I do, because I want to send everybody one. To the folks that got them first, it was a little bit of a surprise, and of course there'd be no point in sending a Christmas card. That reminds me. Guys, hang on just one second. Got something I want to open on the live stream here. If I can find it. Sorry about that, guys. So, I got a card here. And this is from Miss Teresa. over in Australia, and Miss Teresa sent a card I'm not going to dox her. But she sent me a card last year, which I still have it right here somewhere. Where is it? I got some corkboard to put up too. So I'm waiting to get all my stuff cleaned up here. But I can't open this and show you guys because that'll her address. Actually, yeah, I can. I didn't think it was going to open that easily. There we go. And she sent me another Christmas card. Thank you so much. That's super thoughtful. Really appreciate that. Season's greetings. Oldsmokey, hope you have a very Merry Christmas and safe New Year. Miss Lilith Rain. I think her name is Miss Lilith Rain on YouTube. Is that right? Lilith? I think so. Miss Lilith Rain. Well, thank you so much for that. I called you Miss Teresa, but Miss Lilith. Miss Lilith Rain. Okay, got to remember that. All right. Before I move on, guys, like I don't know why, but I'm super stressed out. I got a different pack of these things, and I'm going to try them out right now. Just because I don't know why I'm so stressed out. Oh no, they're white. Oh no, these are probably lights. No. Are they menthol? No. Okay, they're not menthol. Thought they might be menthol. Well, we'll find out what these things are all about real quick. Get the Vegas lighter up. Wow. Okay. It's got a super hard hit. It's like I didn't overpack them either. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I meant to say this earlier on. And I don't even know if I have a link in my description yet, but you guys can click right on Renee's name, which should be on your screen right there somewhere. You can click right on her name and go directly to her channel. And you guys can hook her up with a subscribe because she just started reviewing. When you're just starting out, getting some subscribers is a huge thing. That way it gives you a little more motivation to put them videos out there so people can see them. And Renee, she's awesome. She did a really good job on the review that I watched. I haven't got to watch her latest one yet, and she just put a Spanish one up. I just saw it like a little bit ago. Saw it in my recommended or something, I think, because of course I'm subscribed to her, and not recommended in my notifications. But yeah, definitely go check Renee out. Yeah, these American spirits, natural American spirits. My main problem with these things are, guys, they don't tell you what they are. Like, not even the menthols. They don't say that they're menthols or anything. And there's like 8 different kinds. That's my third type that I've tried. And I do not like menthols. I need to send a pack of menthols to someone as well. I probably got an email from him by now, I would think. I'm horrible at checking my emails, if you guys don't know. Horrible. I'm horrible at it. And then we got to check those out here in a minute. These things are burning fast, and I meant to throw these in the humidor and forgot about it until just right now. Like, literally just now, I was like, oh, yeah. Oops. Forgot about that. But, get some of this stuff in the frame here. Get that spoon out of the way. Maybe. And that water. It's got a little bit of a... I don't know. No, it looks fine. Okay. That I'm going to open last. I don't like these packages like this. I just had a 2018 MRE last night, as a matter of fact, that had this cherry and blueberry cobbler in it. And it had the long ways tear notch on it, which is fine. Because it wasn't this type of packaging. This with it where it's got the loose back to it. It was like this on both sides. And it was tight. and you could squeeze it out real easy. When it's in these loose packages like this, I feel like a lot of it gets left inside the package if you're not careful, which I'll squeeze this thing dry, I'm sure. Oh, there we go. Ooh, well, be looking for pecans in this thing because they were listed on there 3 times. And shortbread cookie was also listed. Oh, yeah, buddy. What a beautiful sight, huh? I'll tell you what would go really good with this, though. I don't know why they didn't do this. If they'd have put a shortbread cookie in here instead of a chocolate chip cookie, man, that would have been the bomb. I feel like it would have been really good. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like they'd have made a nice pairing. There we go. That is, what, 4-year-old cherry cobbler. It's a little bit runny looking, actually, compared to the one I had last night. The one I had last night had the breading in it. You could see the breading. It was nice and thick. It was really good. Really good. That was the freshest I've ever had of the cherry blueberry cobbler, and I feel like it doesn't age very well because the breading in it just breaks down after time. You know what, though? These are smooth. They're not harsh. They're kind of hard to hit. Kind of got like a real solid draw. It's definitely got a robust type of... Doesn't have a real weird flavor like a lot of, you know, some tobaccos are just kind of odd. You get these Turkish blends. The Turkish tobacco has a... I'm pretty sure they used to spray it with urea. And it has kind of a... I don't even know. I don't want to say it. But it has a weird taste to it. So, something that I'm not a huge fan of. The old Camels. The older you get, the better they are, though. Like, if you get into the non-filter, the old non-filters, even the regular non-filters, you don't get that weird flavor like you get out of the filtered ones. So, I don't know what to deal with it. I guess maybe it's in the filter. Get our twin pack opened up here. And it's hard to believe these are 4 years old now. Yeah, see? Like, you put these together. Like this. That's pretty much the same size as a regular wheat snack bread. Why they can't just put the twin packs in everything instead of putting that one big thick one in everything. If you just wanted to eat it as one, put your spread on there and you could just keep it together like that and eat it. I mean, I guess it'd make it a little tiny bit more complicated to hold them both together if you were trying to march with it, or, you know what I mean, something like that. But, yeah, my opinion, they should put the twin packs in all. Do away with the singles. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That is a perfect looking cookie. That looks like a raisin. Is it a raisin? Alright, I gotta go to the ingredients list. Chocolate chips, cocoa butter, molasses. Nope. I guess it's not. It looks and feels like a raisin, but it must be chocolate. Pretty odd, if you ask me. Make sure I get this kneaded up good. This should be in good shape. Not a huge fan of the regular cheese spread. I'm just going to say that right up front. It's okay, but 10 times out of 10, I would pick the jalapeno cheese spread over this any day. Which, you know what? I think I actually have some jalapeno cheese spread left over from last night. I think that would be better to go with the burger. do have a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. So, I'm going to have some jalapeno cheese spread with this. Not a whole lot there, but got chocolate on my hands, I know that. I want to get a hit of this cocoa beverage powder. Well, that's nice in the wintertime. Get that warmth rolling all the way down. Oh yeah, forgot about this too. We got our lemonade. I don't know if you guys have ever had these, and I'm not a huge fan of the fake sweeteners. Just, it's not my thing. I'll drink it if that's all I've got, but my preference is to not have a, what's the sweetener in this? Aspartame. Right there. Natural and artificial lemon flavor. There you go. You got maltodextrin, lemon juice powder. Yeah. I mean, these things are okay. They're just not my cup of tea, really. Don't need more water than that, huh? These are supposed to make 20 ounces, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Need to look at that again, or maybe it's... Pretty sure. Yep. Add to 20 fluid ounce bottled water. Shake gently. That's not 20 ounces. But I'll say this. If I add this to 20 ounces, it's kind of bland. It's not very sweet that way. I'm not a fan of it. So this is more like probably 14 ounces probably. I'm going to say, roughly. There we go. Now we'll get our butt ration back out. Wipe our spork off real quick. Lay that lemon over it, because its flavor's pretty overpowering. I mean, it'll definitely rub off on whatever I use it on. And the last thing we have to check out is our beef patty jalapeno pepper jack. So it's obviously got some cheese flavoring in there, right? Pepper jack is cheese. Can smell the jalapeno in it for sure. You can also see it. Yeah, definitely. You can see the jalapeno. You can see some red bell pepper in there, it looks like. Probably going to want that juice on there too, huh? Yeah. Spread that around on there a little bit, like Salisbury steak. Put your gravy on there. Not to get a little dry. Whoop. Alright, I gotta make sure that doesn't spill. There we go. Alright, here we go. Let's get started with this thing. First, we'll try our wheat snack bread out. See how it's fared after 4 years. It's dried out a little bit. Sweet, multi-grain flavor. My opinion is it tastes kind of like a multi-grain cracker does. Put a little bit of cheese spread over here. Yeah, that looks like cheese spread. Tastes exactly like Cheese Whiz that you get in the can with the little pointy sprayer thing that you bend over to spray it out. I always thought that was an odd way for that to work, but it does work. Work pretty well. Now, I'm going to try the beef patty out on its own. Look at that. Can you guys see that? See that sheen of grease on there? I'll take you guys in for a close-up. Look at that. Yummy. I mean, grease does, it's good for the flavor, I gotta say. Without it, it would be kind of weird, probably. Some nice fat added in there. Let's see if I can get you a cross section on that. There you go. There's a look inside the jalapeno patty. Looks like some pepper right there. Definitely you can smell the pepper. It smells, I mean, it smells like pepper. Like black pepper. Here we go. Down the hatch. All right. So, it does have a little bit of heat, surprisingly, because the U.S. is not very good at adding heat to things. And I'm super sensitive to anything spicy right now because I'm on a ton of antibiotics again. And yeah, I definitely feel the heat. I think I'm extra everything that is enhanced. I know it might sound crazy, but I can taste everything much, much better right now than what I normally can. Like, everything's enhanced by probably 4 times at least. It's everything's kind of exploding with flavor. The texture on that, I almost want to say, and I know it's going to sound crazy, but that veggie burger, I think the texture was closer to meat on it than it is with the actual meat. Oops. Just had a happy accident there. And they get chunks of peppers. Pretty good sized chunks of peppers go all the way through there. Yeah. 2014 Metal Man. I could eat that just like that. Honestly. I'm not big on fake burgers, but oh, I just had a Five Guys burger the other day. First time I ever had one. Up in Columbus, Ohio. Put it this way. And wow, let me say, good stuff. Really good stuff. I don't know how many of you guys have had Five Guys burgers before, but whew, man, they're good. Alright, gotta try it without the toppings. There is your burger. Looks like I took a bite out, but I didn't. I just tore a piece off right there, I think. Alright, here we go. Wow. That wheat snack bread is overpowering. Big time. Do you have a smash burger in your... No, I've never even heard of one. Maryland. Smash burger. I'll have to look that up. I thought I had, yeah, I do. I have my phone right here. I ain't never seen a Whataburger either. We got ketchup and mustard to add to the mix. I'm gonna eat some more of this first, the way it is. The wheat snack bread's kind of overpowering. Well, look, like I ain't got no burger for that bread. I want to try some with this jalapeno cheese spread. There we go. Love the jalapeno cheese spread. Outdoor woman. You like the Bob Ross cup. I don't know who wouldn't like the Bob Ross cup. It's pretty awesome. It's like heat changing, color changing. My son got that. It's actually his cup. Not mine. I'm just using it. It's really cool though. Which I don't think he got no use for it really. So he just got it because it was cool. Yeah, Bob Ross. I've probably seen, I don't know, at least 100 episodes of him whenever I was a kid. Probably more. Wouldn't surprise me if I hadn't seen every episode that he ever made. Because it was literally on all the time. Seems like PBS used to play it into the ground. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I noticed this last night. This jalapeno cheese. Because, like I said, I'm feeling more heat than I ever do. It's kind of annoying at times because I like to eat hot stuff, and I can't. There's no way I can eat really hot stuff right now because it'd be unbearable. If something like this is hot to me, then obviously there's something wrong with me because this is not hot. It's just the burger, I'm sure, is not hot either. Even to a person that doesn't like heat, they probably wouldn't say it's hot. Yeah, there we go. Jalapeno cheese on there. That regular cheese spread, my son will probably eat that. I'm not a big fan of it, but you can actually see the jalapenos in the cheese spread. See it right there? I noticed that last night. I've never seen that in any other jalapeno cheese spread before. Usually, it looks just like cheese spread. You can't see the jalapenos in it, but you can in this one. That's pretty good. It's already giving me a little bit of indigestion. That's a good sign, right? Oh. Arian says it's too spicy for me, the jalapeno patty. Really? Huh. Crazy cat head. I was just looking at your box. That thing's coming out of there. I'm gonna be working on that, and probably the French freeze dried from Blindside next. Want to get those ones done, and then the UN ration. I don't know if I'll do that on a live stream or not. That came from MRE's owner, Sniper. Was kind enough to send that to me. Really, really cool of them because they're honestly, I'd never be able to afford a UN ration any other way. I've wanted one for a long time. So it's really cool to get one, man. Little topic for discussion. Since we're talking about Bob's. Old Bob Ross. just made me think about Black Dog Bob. And I've been seeing some stuff of his popping up here lately. He tried to call me yesterday. We were supposed to get in touch today, but didn't happen yet. Probably won't today. But, Border Chaos says, thanks for reviewing this. Now he knows what to expect from his. I'm hoping that they do some changes 2017-18. I probably not, but you never know. Hopefully they'll put some jalapeno cheese in there. But I was talking about Bob, and I seen where Bob has sent some custom, like some custom type MREs to some folks. Shocker was one of them. He got a Ration or an MRE from Timbuktu. And I think Gundog just put one up. Hey, Gail Korfman, thank you so much. Wow, that was really awesome of you. I really do appreciate the awesome $5 donation. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Makes my day, man. That's so nice of you guys, man. I don't know how to handle the generosity sometimes. Really appreciate it. And I even have viewers that appreciate the fact that you donate like that. It's really good community here, I gotta say. He sent one to Emmy too. Oh, Emmy has had one of Bob's things. Whatever. Oh, no. Not the custom MRE things. No. Not those. That was a whole different thing. Now it's MRE Nation, I believe. Took me a minute to think of it. I think that's what everybody's... I don't know. It seems like that's what everybody's talking about. I'll have to talk to Bob personally before I can tell you guys specifics or anything like that. All I'm doing now is just going on what I've overseen or whatever on YouTube. And put some mustard on this thing. Yep. Wonder where I could get packs of mustard like that. Anybody got any ideas? Not little packs, long packs like this. I wonder if this is something that's commercially available to just anyone, or if this is a military-only pack of ketchup and mustard. Because I've never seen them any other place. Yeah, this is not a knife. It really isn't. But I want to get that little corner notched off of there, so I'm not going to break out my real knife to cut ketchup. I used it to split the bread last week, my real knife. Handmade from an old file sent in by Fireman Food. You guys go check out Fireman Food's channel. He's got some cool... he got into Hot Wheels after the MRE stuff, and which I collected Hot Wheels for many years. Many years. I'm talking like, I don't know, 6, 7 years I collected Hot Wheels, and then I kind of picked some up here and there after that, but a solid 6, 7 years I collected Hot Wheels. A long time. Too long for an adult to be collecting Hot Wheels, but, oh yeah, I gotta add some cheese. With jalapenos. I don't know if I want cheese all over the whole thing, so it's only going to go on the end right here for now. See them big old chunks of jalapenos in there? Is that something, it's something I've never noticed, guys. Like, is this, I think they're just started putting more chunks of jalapenos in there. You guys see that? There. Oh hell, I still collect Star Wars toys. Well, Star Wars is kind of like that's kind of an adult thing anyway. That's an adult movie, more or less, because, I mean, it has a cult following, which Hot Wheels does too, don't get me wrong. Alright, here we go. This is going to be the cheeseburger with the works. Not really, but the works that come in the bag. So... I'm sorry, dude. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I've even tried. I've tried to get into it. Okay. I gotta say, the ketchup and mustard turned it into a real burger. Now it tastes like a hamburger. Mm-hmm. Got that classic flavor of the ketchup mixing with the mustard on that meat. I just wish we could get some kind of white bread into our rations. Not white wheat snack bread either. Something like what the Australians have, or if nothing else, what the Canadians have. Could you imagine how cool it would have been to have a bun to make this on? I mean, come on. I'm actually more of a Trekkie. My husband is firmly in the SW camp. Mickey said, "Oh no, JMO here heard you say that. I'm sorry, man. Maybe you can help me. Maybe I just need some help. Somebody to convince me." I haven't seen them all. I've seen a few. Maybe I don't even know. I don't even know which one's the first Star Wars. The pain hamburger would be great in this. But they pack it with tortillas now. Pack what with tortillas now? This MRE? They put tortillas in this? No way. The pain hamburger. If they put tortillas in this, that's a crying shame. My goodness. That's just not supposed to be. My twin sister and I went to see Star Wars movie in 3D when it came out. We were both crying behind our 3D glasses. Okay. Hunter says, "Yep, it has tortillas now." What are they thinking? Come on, Natick. They got, man, there is no way they got good feedback on having tortillas in that freaking thing. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, I know it's going to be edible or whatever, but come on, man. It's a burger. Do they even still put the ketchup and mustard in it? Mickey Joe says that the tortillas are better than the wheat snack bread. I would agree with you 95% of the time, but in this case, I feel like bread, the wheat snack bread's where it needs to be at, because we don't have real bread, what I would call real bread, to use. You know, I'm pretty daggone sure that Bridgeford makes like a fluffy white bread as well. Why can't we just do that? Why can't we just get our bread from Bridgeford? I don't get it. Why do we have to have this from Sterling Foods? I'm not going to understand that or agree with it. The older rectangular bread in the IMPs was better than the hamburger buns they put in now. Yeah, it's more like it was a more classic white loaf of bread. I agree with that, BTemple. That reminds me, I got to get to that ration you sent too. I was just thinking about that last night. I saw them listed on eBay. About 6 of them. And holy crap, they're expensive, dude. So, again, without you and your help and your generous donation of that ration, I've never been able to review one of those. So, got to get that thing out. I did get a video filmed last night. Like I said, I'm really excited about that one. I'm going to have to put some more ketchup in this. It all squeezed out where the bread is just so flat against it. It just squeezes all the goodness out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to squeeze them both out. at the same time. Nope, that didn't work. Man, oh man. Come on, dude. Getting mustard everywhere on my table. Yep. Bob Ross would say that was a happy accident. I say that was a mistake. That was a goof. Ooh. Yeah, buddy. Now, that's actually got some ketchup and mustard. You can see right there is where it all ended up. Out the edges and out the back. Where it sits so flat against it. Oh, whoa, Marilyn. Thank you so much for the Christmas gift. It was awesome. Well, thank you so much for the generous donation, Marilyn. You're awesome. Yeah, you're way too generous. I really, really, really can't say enough about Miss Marilyn. Oh, yeah, you guys go check out her Gooey Butter Cake website as well. There, I put a review up on Google, which I would encourage anyone who has had Marilyn's Gooey Butter Cake to go onto Google and do a review, because since I put that review up, I got an email the other day. It's the first time this has ever happened, and I've done some Google reviews before, but I got an email that said that my thing had been liked 88 times and it had been viewed 150 times, and I put it up there like right around Thanksgiving time, I believe. So that seems like a lot, really, because honestly, like I said, I've never gotten a notification from Google like that before, and I've done reviews, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely encourage you guys doing a review over there for her. Get all that, oh boy, that grease is set up on there where it's cold. Oh man. Get that thing out of the grease. I'm going to need it here in a minute. Ketchup in my mustache. Thank you all. We had a great holiday season. We were 30% up over last year. Wow. 30% increase over last year is really good, right? I have to assume that's just not normal growth, is it? Got Maryland stuff back in Food Channel watching days. James Ortiz did. Wow. That's really cool, because that's been years ago, I believe. Alright, I'm going to get me one more good bite of this thing. Actually, I'll just, yeah, put this here on the end. A bit of mustard. A bit of cheese. Get one more bite of this, and then I'm moving on to dessert. I'm sure that's all in my mustache. Again, it's kind of messy, man. This is a meal. If you want to do it up the way it is, I mean, actually put the ketchup and mustard, cheese, all that stuff on it, you'd have to be sitting still somewhere. I feel like this is not a very soldier on the move friendly MRE. All Gratin, aka All Rotten. I did a review on that too. I like all the All Gratin potatoes. There's also scallop potatoes, which are in, what are they in, the meatball? I think they're in the meatball MRE. Correct me if I'm wrong. But me and my kids both really like those. Really like the cheesy potatoes. Yeah, that heat, it's hitting me hard. I've used up almost all my little butt ration. I think I only got 3 little sheets left. Man, I got cheese spread on my Bob Ross cup. No, not cheese on Bob. Cocoa beverage powder. It's still pretty warm, which I guess he's still showing through there. So, but as the level goes down, the heat goes down, and also it cools off quicker, obviously. Get into this cherry cobbler. It's looking pretty funky, I ain't gonna lie. Compared to the one I had last night, this thing looks rough. I am not going to joke about it. I'd say it probably tastes fine. It just doesn't look, it hasn't held its form like it would if it was fresh. You can see how the ingredients have kind of integrated into each other a little bit more than what they should have, I do believe. I taste way more cherry in this older recipe than I tasted in the one from last night. Also had a I had a oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie, and oh my goodness, I gotta say, that's probably one of the best actual cookies that I've had out of an MRE. Man, oh man. The only thing that made it better would have been some cranberries added in there, and it would have been top notch. I mean, it would have been perfect. The oatmeal cookie was chewy. It wasn't like super hard or nothing like, I mean, it was nice and chewy. Great big chunks of oats in it. It was really nice. Oh, that just reminds me. He said something about Miss Fred says I gotta go. Happy New Year. Hey, see you later, Fred Thorne. Yep, happy 2019. Happy. Hope everybody hits their New Year's resolutions and accomplishes them. I hope you set high goals and then accomplish them without any troubles. Oh, that is crumbly and very, very melty. As soon as I touch that chocolate, it's like, you can see it's like melted in there already. And it's not that warm in here. Like, probably. It's just falling apart. You can see, look. Chocolate's like, it's weird. It's like a super low heat chocolate. That's odd to me, because usually Natick's all about high heat materials, high heat tolerance. Yep, that had to happen. It's what this thing's lacking, some breading. The one I had last night was, the breading in it was nice and bready. Like, Nice shortbread, I guess. But it was real, I mean, it was soft, but it was still a bread. It honestly didn't change the flavor. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Just a little bit. Get the cookie on the follow-up and the aftertaste. Yep. That's the way to eat that. Getting chocolate all over my fingers. It's so weird, this chocolate. You guys want to see a mess? Look at that. Chocolate. I'm going to need a wet wipe after this, for sure. I'm not even kidding. So, put this thing to good use now. Cleaning chocolate off my fingers. Yikes. What a mess I just made. I don't care, though. I like the meat portion size. What are we talking about, guys? K-list I usually do during the lives. K-list I'm usually doing. Asian beef strips always has Twizzler nibs. The worst possible dessert item in an MRE. Yeah, I do not like the Twizzler nibs myself either. They're not, or whatever they're called, Twizzler whatevers. Twizzler bites. Or whatever. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of them. I mean, I'll eat them. Don't get me wrong, I'll eat them. And usually I eat those things like slow. It's not something I throw a whole handful in my mouth. I just eat them one at a time. And probably over the whole day. It's a lot of food. But I remember being less than impressed with their Asian flavor, in quotation marks. Alright, I think I got my hands pretty... Nope. Missed some chocolate on my... I really covered myself in chocolate. Like, bad. Those cookies are weird, man. That chocolate in them, I don't get it. Like, it's the lowest heat resistant chocolate I've ever handled before, ever. And I've had these chocolate chunk cookies before too, and they weren't, or chocolate chip cookies, and they weren't nowhere near. Like, that's just squishy chocolate, just squishy. It's like, see that? Anybody else had this going on with their cookies before? I wonder if it's just this batch thing. Yeah, the cookies do leave something to be desired, and that's why the majority of that cookie went into my cobbler. Because when you mix the two, they make something pretty nice. Yeah, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. That looks awesome, doesn't it? Tell me that doesn't look tasty. No grease. Wash it down with some, oh, Renee, you like those, those are my favorite little snacks, man. Those things are awesome. They're like a wafer with this, semi-sweet chocolate covering, or like a, I don't know, they're awesome though. I sent a pack of those in everybody's box because they are one of my favorites for sure. Yeah, they're not super sweet, and I like that crunchy wafer too, like thin layers of wafer. I don't even know how they'd make something. I mean, it's just all kinds of layers of wafer wrapped around each other. I just feel like I got chocolate all over my hands. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Can't get it off. It's like, you guys can see that a little bit of sheen on there. Even though I went to town with that wet wipe, still feel like, you can see, there's definitely some grease going on my hands. I'm going to get me one more big old bite of this. And then I'm going to have a smoke. Gotta have one of the canned Camels, but I'm not going to have it just yet. I think I want a non-filter. I gotta say, that does look tasty. It is tasty too. It's just, it looks better than it tastes, actually. Oh, they're pretty good. I feel like if I could leave that set there for a minute, 15 minutes. If I was going to do this in the field, I'd take that whole cookie, stick it down the retort, crunch it all up in there, and that would be good. You just have to leave it set for a little while. Hunter says, here's a review I watched last night. Here's a review I watched last night. Then ordered one from US eBay. MRE review. Menu Asian style beef strips with vegetables. 2016. Yeah, that's not my favorite MRE. This one's it's up there. This one definitely climbed the list. It's definitely top 5, I would say. Might not make my top 5. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, probably right around my 5th favorite area, roughly. I'd have to break it down like individually and think of which ones I like better than that. I'm a huge fan of the chili, guys. I love the chili. It's one of those things when it's cooler outside, which is typically 3/4 of the year, spring, fall, and winter, you know, some chili really hits the spot. It's not something I like to eat in the summertime, but I like the U.S. chili. The review you did was horribly disappointing, BTemple says, the UN ration thing. It's Camelton. It's a pretty good meal, I gotta say. I'll finish that stuff off. I probably won't finish the burger, though. Honestly, once I go sweet, it's hard for me to go back savory. I mean, I can take a bite of sweet and then go back savory, but whenever I've like really dove into a dessert, like I have that, it's kind of hard to go back and finish the savory thing for me. Call me weird. I don't know what is wrong on my end, but it is not letting me send super chats. It happened to me another live stream I was watching. Got to check into it and find out. It's okay, Sharon. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. No super chats required. But everyone who has, it's very much appreciated. And, yeah, Miss Sharon, don't worry about that. Wait a minute. I got a really, strange pack of matches last night. And, is a pack I've never seen before. They're new. In 2018, obviously. I had a 2018 MRE last night that had it was shiny like this is, but it was the tan color. So, the tan military color. I really like the way those matches look. That's a good pack of matches. I don't know what these ones came out of. Oh, these are the weird looking ones, that's right. I've got a bunch of other ones sitting right, or no? A bunch of other ones sitting right here too. Canada. I think that pack doesn't work. Pretty sure. Well, maybe I haven't tried these ones. Yeah, I've tried this one. Maybe not. I know I've used a bunch of these. I don't think the striker works on this one though. Nope. Yep, I'd be mad if I was stuck with them out in the field, you know what I'm saying? I'm the most hideous reviewer. Elandil, you can't say that, dude. Just saw Elandil pop in with a comment. I like watching the flame burn on the camera. It's kind of cool. Smoke. Love the smell of matches, man. Something about that that paper when it goes out. Okay. Now, had some salt left over. Definitely didn't need that. There was nowhere to put this. If I was out in the field and I was super dehydrated or something, I don't know, man. I might just dump that salt in my mouth or something if I needed it that bad. Can't think of. It would ruin the food. If you were to add salt to that burger, it would taste weird, in my opinion. Yeah, BTemple's as northeast as you can get in North America. I think is how he just described it, which I knew that. It's Modelo time. It's almost time for a canned camel. Even though I'm smoking a non-filter right now, I was just craving one of these. It's hitting the spot too, let me tell you. These things, they're so daggone expensive. I gotta say this every time I smoke one of them, man. It's like, I want to say, this pack was probably 10, 11, 12 bucks, something like that. Way too much. Way too much. In which these are 8 something a pack. I think, Mickey, I think you smoke these, don't you? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know what collar you smoke, but there's 8 different collars, and they don't tell you what any of them are. I've never even looked it up. I just went on what they told me in the store. The dark blue ones, I have a pack of those somewhere. The reason I got them is because I had a coupon for them. Yeah, I had to have to imagine. I quit smoking for a while, 6 months. And I ordered a vaporizer, I ordered a microphone, and I ordered something else too. And none of that stuff has came. None of it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I guess I'll have to open a dispute on eBay and deal with that and go from there. Probably have to order a different one. And I ordered the vaporizer from a U.S. seller too, and it's been a month. So I smoke too much. Actually, I don't smoke. I don't know. I don't smoke too much now. Like a quarter to a third of a pack a day, 5-7 cigarettes a day. Usually, I've already smoked more in this right here than I smoke in like half a day. I like the what? The black packs are too much. Yeah, I got a pack of them black ones, and wow, they're something else. I'll tell you. Yeah, it's the vape is gone in the mail, so I don't know. Somebody ended up with it, I'd say. That or they didn't ship it. It said it got shipped though, like the next day or the day after that I ordered it. So I wanted to step it up. That's how I quit last time. I used a vaporizer, and this was a long time ago. It's been uh, 2015, the end of 2015 and 16, up to April 2016. So I quit around Christmas, no, Thanksgiving. I quit around Thanksgiving, or maybe on Thanksgiving of 2015, and I quit for 6 months. But then after I got hurt and I come out of the hospital, I just I wanted a cigarette really bad, and then I kind of just got stuck. So Renee, been a pack and a half since '83, except when I was pregnant. Whoa, yeah, that's time to quit. Renee, if you have a vaporizer, man, I know everybody rags on them how bad that, but I'm going to tell you right now, I used it to quit, and I would hit it a few times through the day. Nothing like what I would smoke a cigarette, first of all. Some people, you know, when they puff and puff and puff on them like a cigarette, then, you know, I could see it being worse for you than a cigarette. But I could breathe so much better whenever I had quit. I mean, it was unreal. It really was a very noticeable change in my breathing. And that's what I want. Again, I want my lungs to start to repair. And smoking's bad, kids. If you're watching, if there's any kids that happen to see this video, smoking's bad for you. Now, I don't think I'll ever stop smoking the vintage smokes when I get them. Even if I quit, I know that I can smoke a cigarette and not have to smoke. And I have enough self-control for that. And that's one of my things that I think I'll be able to enjoy with the vintage rations that have smokes, which are my favorite vintage rations, if you guys didn't know. So I don't know. You know, I didn't even think about it when I opened this. I should have packed them, and I didn't do that. But I'm curious to see. I'll bet you this thing burns about probably 3 times quicker than what it should, probably. I'm going to guess. It should probably last about 7 minutes, and it's probably going to last about 3. Yep, it's got that weird, they always do, the Turkish blends like this have that weird sour flavor when you first light them up. It's something that you don't notice after a couple drags, but it does. It kind of gets like has a weird sour hint to it. Nicotine, ACN, is a C_N7 of an addictive drug. Never smoked a single cigarette in my life. Maybe a handful of cigars. Yeah, good for you, man. That's all I can say. Is whenever I was young, whenever I was younger, whenever I was a younger dude, it was cool to smoke. I mean, it was. It used to be a cool thing to do. Like a lot of people smoked. A lot of people, and you know, it was somewhat frowned upon, but nothing like what it is now. Like my kids, it's a whole lot better now, especially if you have children. It's not looked at as a cool thing anymore like it used to be whenever I was growing up and in high school and stuff like that. Which also, when I was 15 years old, I was able to buy cigarettes, which, well, actually I was 14. That you know, I see a problem with that. Looking back at it now, back then I was super psyched to be able to get my own smokes. But now, looking back at it, it's like, why did that guy sell me at 14 years old? Why did he sell me a pack of smokes? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But, which I always kept a goatee back then. All the way through high school, I had a goatee. But still, I would have questioned my age. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I would have. I would think. I'm sure I didn't look old enough. I wouldn't think. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe. Send me a few bags of these. Charlie, Uniform November Tango. BTemple, you had asthma? Yeah, with your dad being a pharmacist, I'm sure that probably helped things as well. When I was 7 or 8, I was buying smokes. Yeah, see, now, there was a place where I could go whenever I was like, roughly, maybe I was 12, and I could get smokes all day long. Little old lady, she was in her 80s back then, and she lived, I think she lived to be 103, 104. She lived a long time. Like, and she had a little tiny, I guess you'd call it like a convenience store, a little bodega like type of deal. And in the country, in the middle of nowhere, I don't know how she made I guess she made a living with it, but she would sell cigarettes to anyone. Anyone. I guess maybe where she grew up in a time where she could sell them to anyone, that she just kept doing it. I'm not real sure. Yep, her name was Josephine. Old Josephine's. Kind of a cool thing, I guess, back then, but I talked about this a couple streams ago. I don't know if you guys have kept up at all with the Las Vegas shooting, but I would suggest anyone to look into it a little bit. I think there's some really odd stuff going on there. Call me a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. Call me that if you like. But I do believe wholeheartedly that something happened there that they're not telling us. They're not telling us about. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but something happened there, and I think it's a really interesting topic. I don't know if anybody in my comments section is versed in it at all or informed about it at all. And if you're not, I definitely suggest spend a little bit of time of your day, getting informed about it. There's a petition open now to reopen that case, an actual petition sent to the White House. I signed it. And, yes. Yeah, I do agree with that, Kaylin. False flag stuff does happen. And if you look at, like, open, declassified documents back in the, what was it, the 50s, 60s? I don't know. Something to do with the Cuban thing. They literally had plans drawn up to take an airplane, like loaded with U.S. citizens, that was flying from Cuba or to Cuba, one or the other, and swap it out with a remote-controlled airplane, and to crash that plane off the coast of Cuba, and to blame that on them to start the conflict. And that's public record. You can go look at that, and that is the definition of what a false flag is. They were going to, yeah, it's crazy. I don't care, dude. Nathan says, can't talk about that, YouTube will demonetize you. I don't care, man. They can demonetize this video, that's fine. I don't care. It's pretty interesting stuff if you get to looking into it. And I'm not saying my opinion either way. I'm just saying that you definitely should take a look at it. Especially, we're a year and 3 months out now from the Las Vegas shooting. And see, the algorithm's going to pick up on me just saying that. Nathan brought that up. But where I just said that out loud, in succession, with each word in succession, YouTube algorithm will pick that up. Like if I was to talk about Lamborghinis and fast cars and engine modifications and stuff like that, it would also pick things like that up, and it might put an ad for a vehicle underneath or before my video, or an advertisement underneath it, or something like that. It's kind of crazy how it works, I'll be honest. Or you could talk like the TikTok app. they're huge on advertising on YouTube right now. Like, it's every other ad that you see is TikTok. And now that I said TikTok, I'll bet you some TikTok ads will show up on this video. I'd almost put money on it. Well, I gotta go, everybody. I'm gonna introduce JMO to Back to the Future. Oh, all right, man. Back to the Future's awesome, dude. I have a feeling he'll probably love that, especially if he likes Star Wars and stuff. He'll love that. But yeah, me talking about something like that in a video, the algorithm will automatically not promote this video because I've said those things already. I mean, it's already done. I can't change it now. But yeah, the Las Vegas shooting, what I was going to say was they've been releasing body-worn camera footage of that over the past, I'm going to say, about 6 to 8 months, roughly. 6 months for sure. And, alright, that cigarette just finished up, and I think it only lasted 4 minutes. That's nowhere near, like, and it's done. It's down there. But they've been releasing this body-worn camera footage. And if you guys don't know, I'll just give you a real quick breakdown of what happened. I got a few minutes I can waste right here, right now, so give you a real quick breakdown. Claimed to be the single shooter that day. And the guy supposedly did everything from a Las Vegas suite on the 32nd floor. And he had an adjacent suite with one of those adjoining doors that he also broke a window out of, supposedly, and shot out of both of those. Now, all that is what they're saying happened, and you see all the videos and stuff that are on YouTube of when it was actually going down, like the actual action videos. And then you see, now this is nothing, this is nothing against anyone who was the family members. My heart goes out to anyone who was injured or lost anyone that day, for sure. But if you see the body-worn camera footage now that they're releasing, there was machine gun fire around midnight, and supposedly that guy was dead by 11:30. The shooter, the guy who actually done the shooting, supposedly, and they claimed that he shot himself, and that he was expired whenever they went into the room, and then they supposedly accidentally fired their weapon. They had an accidental misfire, I think is what they classified it as. They were in there in his room, and they claim that they did not shoot him. Although there are news reports from the day of, the day after, right around the time that it happened, saying that they took him out. All that being besides the point. Okay, the point is, in my opinion, there are videos now out that show them. There's at least 3 separate videos, maybe 4, that show them finding ammunition in other parts of the city, live ammunition and magazines. They found a magazine somewhere, I can't remember where, but they picked up live rounds off the ground. They picked up a magazine somewhere at a different hotel's bathroom. They found bullets. There's a video of a guy finding a automatic pistol on the ground in the middle of the road. He picked it up and just started running with it, him and his old lady. That video is out there. But there was ammunition found all over the place. There is clear as day footage, and it's on 4 or 5 different body-worn cameras that have been released as of now, that you can hear the machine gun fire. It's a 4-round burst too, which I guess is really rare. I think it's it's like a custom thing, because usually it's 3-round burst, no matter what. And it was there was 4 4-round bursts that went off. And you hear that, that's machine gun fire. You hear that. And then also at about 12:30, there are two or three cops that are right around the outside of the hotel, the Mandalay Bay. And you, plain as day, hear glass being broken. like a window being broken out. Like, and let me just say this. This is something else that's always bothered me. The windows in those places are incredibly strong, like incredibly strong, and they are dual layers. So one layer is meant to shatter, just like kind of like your car glass is, like your windshield. It's meant to, you know, to spider and but it stays together with like a clear. I don't know if it's like a laminate or what it is, but it's meant to shatter like that. But also, there's also another very, very thick glass layer, and I'm not even sure, they may even have more layers than this. I'm just saying for sure it's at least this many layers, because if not, somebody could just take like a you know, a hotel chair or something and say, I'm going to bust this window out, and bust the window out and jump out the window or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there as a safety, as a protective measure. And he didn't shoot the windows out, according to them. He used a hammer. So there's also videos on YouTube of people who have acquired some glass that's very similar, if not exactly like the glass that they use in that hotel. And a guy takes a 20-pound sledge, the video I'm referencing right now. He's probably a 300-pound dude, and he's pretty built. He's a pretty stacked guy. I mean, he definitely got some muscle on him. He takes that 20-pound sledge and goes to town on that window and just beats the mortal crap out of that window. I mean, he eventually gets through it, but by the time he beats on that so many times, it turns to dust. Like, I mean, the glass is turning to dust. So, I don't know. You tell me. It's odd. Yeah, dude. I just know BTemple's time zone is super weird. I've always thought that about your time zone. Like, I didn't know there was time zones like yours. It's like he's not even the same like minute as us, are you? Aren't you like 20 minutes difference or something? Like an hour, 20 minutes, an hour, one way or the other. But now I'm reading the comments right now. But if you guys definitely should take a look at that. And honestly, I'll be honest, like the 9/11 thing is what got me into looking into all that. First of all, 11:12 there now. See, it's 9:43 here now, so that's what, a half. Let's see, 43 half-hour difference, 1.5 hours. Let me see, 23, 53, 103. So that's 2 hours. And 2 hours and 30 minutes difference from the East Coast. I want to know how someone could get the entire armory worth of weapons up the stairs or elevators of a hotel and into that room without being questioned or caught. I agree, Sparrow. That's another thing, okay? Let's think about that. The only thing I can, like, okay, he's got all these guns broken down as small as they can be broken down. And he's got them put into his suitcases, right? That's how they obviously are saying that's how he had to bring them up there. And he had 18 bags, I think they said. Excessive, but, you know, some people pack heavy, all right? So he's got all these things broken down. But at some point, he had to start putting everything together, stacking all those magazines all over the room. I mean, he had stacks of 100-round magazines that were probably, I don't know, close to 2 foot tall and 3 or 4 wide. 3 or 4 magazines wide. There's pictures of that. It's such a strange thing. And he also had tannerite in his van, so obviously he had a plan for that van. What happened was not the plan, obviously. Or maybe, who knows? Maybe he just planned to go out shooting. Maybe he had those guns there to go. I mean, because you know, a lot of people do that out in that area. You see people do that here, just not with as many weapons as he had. I mean, he had a lot of weapons. I'm not even sure what the final count is because it changes from one place to another. I think the final report said 24. I think he had 24 long guns up there, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, oh man, 24 long guns in a room. A lot of the guys, something else I'll mention, because I am here on YouTube, after all, and I already know that that this video is probably going to get picked on. There were probably 5 or 6 channels, roughly, that I used to watch that they were mainly just covering the Las Vegas thing. And they all got wiped out. Not all of them, but the 5 or 6 that I'm talking about, YouTube wiped them out. They're gone. I mean, they are gone. And one fella in particular, name's Charlton, and he actually made another channel, and he still makes videos now. But, like, he's super suspicious about how everything happened, which I really don't know what happened there. YouTube wanting to pick on everybody who puts out any type of alternative media. If you're not CNN, NBC, ABC, CBS, if you're not one of the main news providers, YouTube does not like you. I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah, there's yeah, exactly, Elandil. Yeah, there's a reason that they host big gun shows like that, because they got places that they can go shoot lots of guns like that. Okay, a lot of I don't even know how many people know this, but that guy's his dad was on the FBI's most wanted list. He was on the, I don't know, he's top 10 most wanted at some point. I don't know when it was, 70s, 80s, I don't know. But his dad was on there, and it was for armed robbery, right? I do have a theory about some things that could have went down that night, and I have a theory about what could have. This is all literally just me blowing smoke, because it's just me looking at it and saying, well, maybe this is why this happened. But I feel like it's possible that that was a huge diversion, and that there were things going on at other casinos, and they wiped out a whole bunch of other casinos' cash. That's what I feel like. I feel like there was a huge team of people involved in this. I think that that's a possibility, because if you listen to the actual people that were there that talk about all the other shots that were fired during and around the time of the incident, then, I mean, can you discount all those people and say, well, you got to be wrong. You can't be telling the truth. I mean, you got to be lying about that. You know, you didn't hear no gunshots at 12 o'clock or 12:30. But now we get the body-worn camera footage coming out that actually shows, not shows, but you can hear what these people were talking about. The cops acknowledge it. They, right on the body, most of them are already guns out, and they get into a firing position and like, oh, that was just machine gun fire, and they pull up their guns, you know what I mean? They're pulling up and saying, whoa, that was just gunfire. And they're looking around to try to see where it was at, if they could see anyone or whatever. Yeah, I was in the... Yeah, I was new at the casino. This went down, but it was my day off. Wait a minute, Sharon? What? You worked at a casino and there was a... Whoa. So you worked at a casino where some guy brought a bomb in? Holy cow. I'm going back reading through the comments right now here. Whoa. We had a guy in our casino bring a duffel bag and hold them where he planted devices on our floor in various areas, like casually. Huh. Wow. Interesting. Really interesting. So, do you, I can't remember where you live at. You don't live in Vegas, do you? Or did you live in Vegas, maybe? Same with the Pulse nightclub shooting. 200 plus shots fired, with 100 killed or wounded. Just like the weight of the ammo and the guns walking into a nightclub is suspicious. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you think about carrying 200 rounds plus, you know, however many guns they happen to bring, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Yeah, I mean, okay, The one in Vegas, though, like, you got to think, this guy had half a ton. He had half a ton of ammo. Just ammo. He had like 1,000 pounds of ammo. Like, that is crazy. I just... And another thing that like, he had these crazy hidden cameras. He had them at his house, too. It's on the front porch. On his front porch of his house. I don't even know. Like, the cops never even picked after they went and investigated his house. There was still a hidden camera sitting on his front porch. It looks like a little owl that you set outdoors. And they just... It was just sitting there after. And then here's another thing. Yeah, let's talk about this for a second. Okay, after they went and investigated his house, the day after it happened, of course they went to the guy's house, right? You know, and see what's going on with it and all this, right? Then, the day after that, they let his home be broken into. They let his house be broken into. Are you kidding me? Like, on what planet does anyone believe this crap? Like, the cops are not going to lock that house down and have somebody there keep either taking everything of any interest at all that could possibly be of any interest at all, taking everything out of that house, or keeping guard on that house. I mean, I just couldn't see them letting somebody break into that house the day after. It blows my mind. It really does. Some of the things that I've heard, have blown my mind. I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush about it. And it's, to a certain point, it's almost comical. It's almost comical, some of the things that they've tried to tell people to believe. I don't know. I personally, I choose not to believe some of the things they've told me. I'm not one of those people that say, well, I'm not going to believe anything they say. You can't do that either. I feel like there's a mix of truth in things. I think some things aren't worth lying about. Why would you even? When it first happened, I didn't understand why, because even that first night, whenever I was watching it, I could tell something was wrong. Something was wrong with the way that they were reporting on it, the way the sheriff was talking about things, and what he said had happened, and none of it made any sense. It just didn't make any sense, because they said it was just one guy, and all these other people were testifying or had stories of other people shooting. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. I like to hear other people's thoughts on the matter, though, because I don't feel as crazy sometimes. And then sometimes, you're going to have people that say, you're crazy. Listen to what they're saying. It's the truth. Why would you discount what they're saying? So, I guess just depends. I'll say that anyone that took an honest look at the Vegas shooting and not had questions is abnormal. Okay, well, I agree with that. I do. I totally agree with that. And I feel the same way about some other things that have happened as well. I would love to... I get into this. I don't know why. I feel like we'll probably never know the truth, though. That's the sad thing about it. And I think everyone even realizes this. Because you look back at Kennedy, and that was in the 60s, and we still, supposedly, we don't know. For sure. It's not, they're never going to admit anything, of course. Because then that would be, well, maybe they will. You know what? I don't know. Maybe they will. Some of the things that they put out, man, it's like people overlook them. People just like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Yep, Kaylist, I'm getting ready to sign out myself. So, yep, this has been a cool one. And I enjoy talking about this the kind of stuff at the end here, if you guys didn't realize that. But, yeah, I would definitely suggest you guys take a look into that and let me know what you guys think about it. I really want to hear other people's opinions when it comes to, get a little bit informed about what's going on, and then let me know what you think. And when the perps kick over, makes it even harder to find the truth. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yes, agreed. Whenever he supposedly shot himself. We'll see you later, Kaylin. but also they reported that they killed him. So which one was it? Daniel, got any videos to recommend, Smokey, on the subject? Actually, there's so many out there. And one of the guys that's covered a lot of it is Johnny Hoover is his name. So basically, you can get a lot of what's going on with that. But there for a long time, I'll just say this real quick. He was stuck on it being a helicopter attack. And a lot of his older videos are about that. Like, he just focused on that, and he beat it in the ground. And it's possible that they were involved for sure. There's a lot of fishy stuff going on in the air at that time, which is interesting. Don't get me wrong. That's one interesting thing about it. And I would suggest looking over his newer videos over the last 2-3 months. He's covered a lot of the body-worn camera footage and stuff like that. There's a guy named Brian Shields who covers it. So if you type his name in with Las Vegas shooting, you could go over there and check him. He's got a lot of common sense stuff. He puts together videos that are, I don't know, they're a little bit different than what I would typically watch, but it's got some good information in there. And he's also open does live streams and talks to people and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Who else? All of Charlton's videos are gone. There was a guy named According to Joe. He's gone. There was a guy named RCFXD or something like that. RCFXD Cornwall. And he had to go over to the BitChute channel, but that guy had some of the most phenomenal videos. There's also a channel called Sleep Deep or Sleep Dep. I think it's Sleep Dep. Who is the one who discovered the fake camera, the owl, that was setting on his porch of his house. So he had some good videos out there. Trying to think who else. That's probably the main ones right now that would probably have something good to see and be able to catch up on it fairly quickly would be the Hoover channel. Just kind of steer away from all those helicopter videos that they got out there. I would watch a couple of them, but you know, it's like the same thing over and 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 over again. He beat it into the ground. But all right, guys, so I'm going to wrap the live stream up with the jalapeno cheeseburger. And it was a pretty good ration, man, I gotta say. I'm looking forward to trying that 2018 to see what kind of menu changes have happened. I would like to see a different type of cookie in there to go to add into my cobbler. I think that would be great. I'm going to finish that up here in a second. That's kind of making my mouth water. It's really good stuff. But that, and I'm going to try to talk to Black Dog Bob and see what's going on with him. Like I said, I think he's got that new company fired up, obviously, because I've been seeing people doing stuff, Gundog, and I don't know. Like I said, I've seen a few things pop up from him, so we'll see what he's got going on. Maybe I can inform you guys a little bit what the MRE Nation's all about next time, hopefully. And also at the end of the videos, I want to thank my patrons for all their support over there. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Really appreciate you guys. Guys, definitely check out all the links down in the description. All those folks that have MRE review channels and stuff like that. Great folks, man, all in the community. Really nice thing to do. Hooking them up with subscribes if you like what they're doing. And thank you guys for taking the time out of your evening to hang out with me on this Saturday night. Really do appreciate you guys for that. All the super chat donations. Holy cow. Thank you guys so much for all that. Generous. That just too generous. I really do appreciate it. It goes a long ways, actually. I've made some things happen with the super chat donations. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be getting anything from YouTube at all, which is whatever. You know, I mean, I don't do it for the money. I do it because it's fun and it's something I enjoy. So, all right. So, I guess all I got left to do is say Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Later.